Have you ever went into a game of Dragon Ball Legends hoping to have a fun, enjoyable match just to get dominated and destroyed by all types of crazy abilities and essentially lose the game? For this video, we're going to be talking about the most broken abilities in Dragon Ball Legends history. It can be unique gauges, green cards and blue cards. I'm not going to be talking about all of them in this video. I've only picked 5, but in the comments let me know any that I should have included or you would have included. Starting off strong with Ultra Namek Goku, Nameku's KO guard. Recently released into the game, probably the newest ability along with Frieza's Death Beam. Prevent KO once per game. Not just giving him, but the whole entire team a second chance to live. Too broken, forces the opponent essentially to waste a rush, waste an overdrive attack, knowing full well that you can save any one of your units. This has changed how many players time their rising rushes, how long games now takes, and how long a combo can go for, because eventually you can't KO the character. Imagine you're on a combo, it's a really tanky character, I don't know, Frieza, the new Frieza, you're beating him up, you're beating him up. When you get him down, guess what? Goku will come in and save him, and on top of that, the enemy, the ally, gets 20% health for 30 time accounts. 20% health, gradually going up for 30 counts. And the KO guard can only be essentially blocked out or neglected when the enemy does a self-destruct. I mean, there's potential for this to be the best ability in ever seen in the game. I mean, at the end of the video, don't worry, I'm going to rank them, but I think this could definitely be top 2 or 3. The only con I would have is that it saves every character, and I know what you're thinking, oh my gosh, saves every character, that's probably why it's like better than stuff like Indestructible. But for teams that you use characters like the Gohan, the yellow Gohan, to try and get card draw speed, or even red Krillin, sometimes you want these characters to almost get KO'd, because it gives Goku more buffs, it gives our team more power. But the KO guard saves everyone. There's not a button right before asking you, do you want to save this character now? If there was, honestly, the game probably would do that in the future. If they're watching this video, I might have given them the idea, but oh well. Like, imagine there's a button saying, do you want to save this character? 3, 2, 1, you pick yes or no, and then, anyway. You save any character at the moment, so imagine you have a character you want to let go of to buff the whole team. They're gonna automatically be saved, and then it's kind of a waste because you want to let them go anyway. It's kind of like that's why Indestructible maybe is focused on just the character it's with, but KO guard is still pretty much like absolutely incredible, insane. Have we seen an ability like this before that essentially like automatically just saves the entire team? I don't think we have. Every other ability in the game usually, and what makes this KO guard so good is that every other ability in the game is usually for that character. It usually never helps the team. And then we have that Master Roshi's lock in a character in a bottle, which can technically indirectly help the team because you don't have to deal with that character for a bit. But this KO guard is like that one ability that literally covers everyone. It's not dealing damage, it's not making one character be incredibly broken, it's the whole team. Imagine you build a team, what we're seeing now with Kaioken Goku, Frieza and Nameku. Ultras and LFs, just tanky units. I mean, games before this were already going to 180 time account. Most of the games nowadays are going down to the timer. And on top of that, imagine this only adds to it. Now a character that would normally be defeated, guess what? Get saved by the KO guard on top of their endurance or revival, it might be. I mean, yeah, this KO guard, enough said. Moving on straight to the next one. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's auto counter. Now, countering any attack in the game, not just a blast or strike, but countering any attack in the game means you can just play passive. The opponent can't avoid it. The only thing I would say about this is that you cannot combo off it. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure you can't combo off it. In my head, I just had a scene of Gogeta comboing off it. Maybe you can use a blue card off it, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure you cannot, I've used this Gogeta, you cannot combo off it. It made even experienced players who have played the game for a long time really think about, I'm about to attack Gogeta, but you only have what, 2-3 hits before the gauge fills up, and when the gauge fills up, yep, it's over. You're not touching Gogeta for a while. The only thing I will say is that the gauge has a limited amount of uses, but usually, unless the game goes really long, which they tend to do nowadays, but before, when Gogeta was back in its day, top 1, top 2 units, the game's not going for that long. So this gauge would probably not get used up the whole time, meaning your opponent could just keep sending you back, breaking your combos, stopping your combos. It activates while standing still, attacking, moving, charging ki, receiving an attack after switching, changing cover, or during assist. I mean, if your own unique gauge is full when cover changing or during assist, the auto counter will be given priority. But yep, it will disappear after 3 times. Also, it's not just it deflects your enemy back. You randomly draw 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. You get 50 ki, half your ki back. 70% to the next strike damage inflicted. You destroy all your enemy's cards, so no combo for them. Cancel enemy attribute upgrade. Seal your enemy's main ability for 5 minutes. And inflicts all enemies with no switching. I mean, I was just thinking about KO guard, but now that I really think about it, with that amount of extra stuff Gogeta is getting given, this surely might be, this could potentially be top 1 too. It could be top 1 too. I just realized you're not switching. The Namek Goku, the Ultra Namek Goku gets not switching, but it's not with his KO guard. You're literally taking all your enemies' cards, they can't swap. You're getting 70% on your next strike. So when it pops the ability, basically you're just, you can do it. You can just attack your enemy because they're probably gonna have no cards. You get more damage on your next strike. Even if they vanish, you could Gogeta. Now that I really think about it, Gogeta. I did my GOAT video, but you weren't in it. You might have to be looked at again. You could be one of the greatest units of all time. The only thing I would say about longevity. Potentially other units have lasted longer, like Beast Gohans, your Vegito Blues, but still Gogeta. I might have to come back to you and review you next Goku and Bardock and Daima's Indestructible ability. Now, we briefly spoke about this Indestructible ability with the KO Guard Goku, and technically you can argue KO Guard will always be better because it saves the whole team, but this one is a guaranteed safety net to a good unit. Namek Goku is a good unit. Goku and Bardock in their day were good units, right? Therefore, you're not saving like units that you want to get KO'd, like the Gohan I was talking about, or another unit that gives buff to the team. You're getting to save the exact unit you want to keep in. During the Indestructible ability, you cannot, and I repeat, cannot be KO'd until the enemy's combo is finished. You cancel your own attribute downgrades, abnormal abilities, nullifies your own, again, downgrades and abnormal conditions for 15 counts. You reduce your enemy's ki by 50. Randomly destroy 2 of the enemy's cards and inflicts no switching. Oh, similar to Gogeta, right? Destroy enemy cards, not 4 though. Gogeta destroyed all of them. This one is only 2, but no switching is for 2 timer counts longer. And then once the cannot be defeated bar, you know how the Indestructible bar comes over. Once that's done, 50 health, 50% health, 50% unique gauge, and nullify unfavorable element factor. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. People really want to say the KO guard is a lot better. I really don't think, I think it really depends what type of team you're using. The fact that you can save Goku and give him 50% health is really good. Bear in mind on Daima, if pretend Namek Goku had KO guard, I mean, let me not even think about that. I was about to say, I want to think of a team that needs a unit to get KO'd to do well. Like a Krillin on the Namek Goku team. Like the blue Namek Goku, for example, the old LF one, which we're going to come to later. You know what? That's a debate. KO guard or Indestructible? People think KO guard any day it saves any unit. I think it's way closer than you think. Especially because you can always, if the unit is not locked out, swap to an Indestructible unit. Next though, we have hit green card lock-in ability. This green card Probably doesn't beat any of the 3 abilities we've talked about earlier. Maybe you put it on level of Indestructible, but the fact that you're pretty much most of the time guaranteed a 1-shot, like guaranteed KO in a unit. But bear in mind we have KO guard now, so technically you're not. We have Indestructible now, but this green card lock-in did indeed get rid of endurance. Minus 100% to health restoration for 10 time accounts. Randomly draws 4 new cards when you have 3 or more, and you restore 50 ki. This hit is an interesting one, you know, because during his time, when Hit was really like running PvP, really good ability, one of the best in the game. But nowadays, I really, not only do I see units tanking the ability, so it's not really a guaranteed 1-shot anymore. But the fact that you only nullify endurance, I mean, we have too many units with revivals now, Indestructible, other abilities that I feel like you could just bypass the fact it nullifies endurance. Really. Maybe if they upgraded, made a unit similar to Hit that can lock in and nullify endurance. I know we have Iberus, but we need more. But I could see a Hit's variation. I mean, Hit already had an Ultra, but I could see a unit variation in the future that locks in the character and nullifies it revival. But for me, this green card lock-in, I mean, ask me a few months ago, a year ago, may have been higher, but for now, I can see this being lost. But for me, the next one, I know it may not be for some of you guys as good as the KO guard on paper, but for me personally, and maybe for some of you, the best ability in Dragon Ball Legends history for me is Namek Goku's the LF blue card. The ability to counter any attack. Bear in mind, see why it's better than Gogeta's one in my opinion. You're not just countering. Do you get what I mean? You're not just sending your opponent back. You're pretty much hitting them with, in his day, a 1-shot or a lot of damage. For me, this was incredible. And you nullify endurance with it. Well, now it defined the early meta of Dragon Ball Legends. You can carry teams. The original Last Man unit was all because of this blue card. Not being able to just counter your opponent's attack, but deal damage pack, and not just any damage like starter combo damage. No, we're talking maximum like 1-shots you're seeing left, right, and center. This Namek Goku, in my opinion, the most broken ability in the game. Now, the only con I would say about this ability is that you could tap to negate it, and you could tackle to negate it, but which kind of kept it in a level of balance. Because I'm trying to imagine if this blue card just nullified even Rising Rushes, like anything. I wonder, does it? I think it goes over an overdrive attack, right? But if it nullified anything, it may be too far gone. Kind of like imagine it with, see, transforming Emmy Goku's green card that just came out for the anniversary. Imagine that. Imagine it does blue card damage back, kind of like that. That's how broken it would have been if they made it like that. But no, they had to say, you know what, you can tap it, you can tackle it, you can Rising Rush against it. But for me, it's most broken. Now, here is the ranking on the screen right now. I think this is what I'll keep with for now. Obviously, if you guys had any other abilities you think is the most broken ever that I should have included, drop a comment and let me know. And thanks for watching.